straight across to you.
And I'm joined by Mr. Mukul Rohatgi. Sir, first of all, how do you see these developments? The Gehlot camp has gone, the Chief Minister Gehlot has gone to the Raj Bhavan, the MLAs are there, they're asking for an immediate calling of the assembly session, and they are saying that we will take this up. The governor cannot tell us, cannot say no to calling an assembly session and a floor test. How do you see this legally?
See, it seems to me that that camp is very upset at what has happened in the High Court. Now, obviously, the legal battle will go on in the Supreme Court, but it seems to me to be an expression of pique or unhappiness over that verdict. Now, as far as the governor is concerned, well, they are entitled to put their point of view, and the governor is also entitled to react in the manner that he desires. He's a very high constitutional person.
If I may just point out one thing, the 2016 Arunachal Pradesh judgment of the Supreme Court in the Nebam case had said very clearly that the governor can only call or prorogue the assembly on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. So wouldn't that mean that the governor has to call a session now?
No, madam, well, that is true, but it can't be at the women fancy of the governor. Suppose the Chief Minister says you call the session tomorrow morning. Can the governor not say, I won't call it tomorrow, I may call it after a week? Now, the governor may have his reasons. COVID is one big reason. Now, we are not going to court. We are doing Zoom, cases over Zoom or cases over VC, which is a very unsatisfactory way of doing cases. But unfortunately, there is no other way. Can you call 200 or 300 people inside a hall and have, you see, in a closed atmosphere, and then have a debate which may go on for 10 hours or 20 hours? A governor may well say, well, this is not appropriate just now. Please wait for 10-15 days. And after 10-15 days, we can do it.
But sir,
the High Court... I said earlier...
Sorry.
Well, I said if they're so unhappy against the governor, they can go to a court. Who's stopping them?
So speaking about court, the Rajasthan High Court has framed 13 questions for reference, including whether the speaker's actions are mala fide or not. How do you see this developing, particularly since the Supreme Court on Monday is going to start hearing on the jurisdiction question that has been raised between the jurisdiction of the High Court versus the jurisdiction of the speaker?
Yeah,
where do we see these questions in light
now,
of the
madam.
Court?
Yeah, so this order will obviously be placed before the Supreme Court. Now, the Supreme Court will have to take a call. Will it decide only one question? Will it decide more questions? I mean, will the High Court decide separately? Will the Supreme Court decide separately? Fortunately, there is no date in the High Court, so it's not going to be tomorrow or day after. It may be after 15-20 days, after Government of India files a response, because we have challenged the provision of the 10th schedule itself. It's a very, very substantial and a weighty issue. So I don't know how and to what extent the Supreme Court will decide. Well, they will decide whatever they need to decide.
That is my question.
I can only say, I can only say, madam, the nature of the questions which are set out in the order of the short order of the High Court clearly shows that this is a matter of some moment. It's a matter of some importance which the court will have to lay down. Namely, whether a voice of dissent in an internal party setup is enough to check out an MLA because he raises his voice against the Chief Minister. That is the bottom line of this case.
So that is the bottom line of the case. And on the other side, the Speaker and the Rajasthan Congress have been saying that this is not for the court to decide, it is for the Speaker to decide. So are we looking at a protracted legal battle even as the political battle plays out outside the courts?
Well, the political battle may play or not play. The legal battle will take its own course in the High Court and the Supreme Court. And let me tell you, both the courts have given it utmost urgency. They haven't put it away for years. So nobody can blame the courts. They are doing as best as they can. They are giving it their utmost urgency. And yes, I have raised a question in the High Court that the action of the Speaker is mala fide. He is speaking like a mouthpiece of the Congress party. He is supposed to be a neutral tribunal. But the way he has exhibited his stand in rushing to the Supreme Court and arguing in the Supreme Court that I will decide, nobody else must decide. is nothing but showing over-eagerness in favor of one party while he's supposed to be neutral.
And at this moment, the drama that is playing out at the Raj Bhavan, that you're saying that the Gehlot government can also go to a court about the assembly session. Is that what you're saying, sir?
Yeah, of course, anybody can go to court over anything. So they can also
But
go and
what
voice
are the
their
powers of
grievances
the governor
there.
right now? Can he say that I will not call an assembly session, or does he have to do what Gehlot government says?
No, madam, as I said, he has some discretion. He will utilize his discretion. He's not saying, or I don't think he will say, I will never call a session, or I will not call it for the next 6 months. It can't be like that. The governor will have his reasons. I don't know what reasons he has given. Whatever his reasons, you see that. Or he will see it. He will defend his reasons. I am not appearing for the governor. I don't know.
All right. Thank you very much for
Okay.
joining us, Mr. Rohatgi. Thank you so much for your time. So as you can see what...
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.